Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You guys know that the Burda style patterns drops for the fall and winter time. And this is not the normal setting that I'm in, but I am currently out of town and I wanted to get this up as soon as possible. So here we are. So hey you guys, I'm Rochelle. I'm the girl that gives you all the behind the scenes of the pattern drops, and we're back to sewing coming up in the next few weeks. Now I'm currently out of town for work. So with that being said, we are behind the scenes doing this video. I hope the audio is okay. So let's go ahead and get into these 23 patterns that dropped with Burda. Now, normally I do not show any bag patterns, accessory patterns, any type of home decor or children's pattern. But the first pattern I'm going to show you is a bag pattern because there's similar patterns that you can use and leave these on the shelf. Now, I do want to say that from time to time, Simplicity will have a sale where it's like $3.99, $4.99 on the website. But with all the news that everybody's been reporting on, y'all know I know the news too. I just haven't had time to report on it. And at this point, I just don't feel like reporting on all the news that I am seeing. But yes, I do know about the news or whatnot. But let's get into the first pattern, which is all of these are Burda. So I'm just going to tell the number from here on out. First pattern is Burda 5675. Now this pattern is a stylish mini bag. It is beginner friendly pattern. It has a step-by-step tutorial. So this is basically an accessory pattern that can be worn around the neck, on a belt for a minimal look, and it can transform into a chic shoulder bag with a stylish gold chain. Now, remember this fabrics suggestions for this one could be your jacquard. If you're doing view B, denim, corduroy, just to name a few there. This is rated as easy to sew. Now, this is a bag pattern, so it's one size fit all for this one. Now, I was looking at this pattern, and the first thing I was like, okay, view A, which is the crossbody bag or fanny pack, that reminds me of a pattern, which I'll get there here in a second. View B reminds me of a pattern that McCall has. And then view C also reminds me of a simplicity pattern. Now, for those of you who's across the pond in a different country outside of the United States, this pattern may be the best solution for you. Here in the United States, where we have been getting patterns from, whether it's Joann's for $1.99 or online for $2.99, $3.99, what have you, I'm telling you, you have these patterns in your stash. So let me start with the first pattern being McCall 6045. Now, this is the shoulder bag that I just showed you. If you have this pattern, there's also another McCall's pattern that I know Martika from Martico J makes. She made similar to this. Listen, you can literally, and there's several YouTube videos that you could check out that have made like a shoulder bag like this, and you could actually save that $12.57, right? Moving over to the crossbody bag. The crossbody bag, you could use Simplicity 9694 and create that crossbody bag. So some of the line arts are here. View E for that crossbody bag. Just note for the crossbody bag, the different type of fabrics that you could use would be your denim, your poplin, your canvas, your corduroy, and your fleece, just to do that crossbody bag. Okay, so going back to that pattern, I gave you the fabrics that you can use there. I think this is cute. However, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to pick it up, okay? But once again, this one is 5675. Let's move over to the next pattern, 5677. Well, let me go back one. That's 5675. Next one is 5677. Now, this one is a Mrs. Dress and skirt pattern. The dress and the shirt, not skirt, shirt pattern, it features like a chic retro inspired silhouette. So this is a jersey knit style dress and top pattern. It's more like 60s inspired look. So it has a curved seam shirt, which is office appropriate for real. And then this dress you can wear as an everyday dress as well. You will want to use stretch dress fabric with lightweight body like your jersey knit, just to name a few there. It is an average to sew pattern. Now, according to the back of the envelope, it just wants you to use some lightweight stretch fabric. For this one, jersey would be perfect for this one. You will need a invisible zipper and some interfacing for this one, okay? Now, in terms of sizing, majority of the Burda patterns only comes in one size envelope. Most of them are either like 8 to 24 or 10 to 22, just for reference, okay? And that basically features a bust size of a 36 to a 48. Now, most of the time, Burda patterns falls into size inclusive, but definitely make sure that, you know, when you're looking at these patterns, that's what it is, okay? Now, these are some of the photos that you can see in regards to what the model looks like. Now, I was searching and I was like, this just reminds me of another pattern that I have in my stash. I couldn't remember the pattern number, so I'm not going to put it up here. But if you know, definitely drop that in the comment section below, okay? Moving over to the next one is 5678. Now, 5678 is a Mrs. Dress and Blouse pattern for this one. This one is basically Twiggy inspired for the first version, which is pretty much like it has like a hidden polo placket. And then the second version has an elegant blouse, which is made of crepe. So one thing that I will say about this one is use some lightweight blouse and dress fabric. It is an average to sew pattern. Now for this one, speaking of which ones I'm going to get, so far, nothing. But for this one, I have so many shirt dress patterns where I could just use either a shirt pattern, extend it, add some pockets, you know, and add the placket. You can also shorten the placket for a pattern that you already have. Now, this one is really cute, just to be 100% honest there, but I think I'm going to leave this one on the shelf. Once again, it's 5678, and once again, with the pattern sizing is 10 to 22. Moving over to the next pattern is 5682. Now, this one is a very easy men's sweater and t-shirt pattern. Now, this is just like your basic everyday timeless sweatshirt with the cuffed and the modern t-shirts with the drop shoulders, okay? Of course, you know you're going to need some jersey knit in order to do this one. This would be great for a last minute gift and everyday staples for sure, okay? Now, in terms of sizing, 36 to 46 on this pattern. If you look at the line art, you will see that you have patterns that you have picked up before that's very, very similar to this pattern for my US girlies, okay? Now, I'm going to show you patterns that you can use. First one being Mimi G, which is Simplicity 9450. Mimi G has a complete sew along for this pattern, okay? So that one is a pullover knit top with and without the hood. You have the choice of doing that, and you can do the wrap skirt if you choose to, okay? You're definitely gonna need knit for this one. The other pattern that I will draw your attention to, if you do not want to pick up that Burda pattern, is Simplicity 8613, which is the Norris Fort pattern that he did for Mimi G for Simplicity a while ago. Okay, I think this pattern came out in 2016, 2017. Still an awesome pattern. You do not have to color block it like him. You can make it regular. I have seen people do that. You could literally use the crew neck version and cut it off at the sleeves. Make it short sleeves instead, okay? So I just wanted to share those two patterns with you, but once again, this pattern for the men's sweater and t-shirt pattern is 5682, okay? Let's go ahead and move over to the next pattern. Next up on the chopping block is 5683. It's a Mrs. Coat. Now this pattern comes in a size 10 to 22 for this one. It is an average to sew pattern. It is, for the fabric, you need coat fabric, okay? Which I'll get there here shortly, just to share the fabrics that you can use, any type of coat fabric. I mean, like, literally, wool would be your best option for that or whatnot. For this one, it is a flattering hourglass structure or silhouette. It has the drop shoulder, and it also has deep seam pockets for sure. Okay, so I do like this classic trench coat. However, okay, let's just be real. Your girl has a pattern that's very similar to this one that I want to share with you guys, and that pattern is McCall 6800. Now, it's not the exact same, but it is similar to view A on this pattern. And what I'm looking at is basically it has 3 buttons down in a row instead of across from each other, but those are just like minor details that you could change if you want the exact same pattern as well, okay? Now, for this one, the format is still PDF and paper. It's on sale right now as the recording of this video for $4.99. I'm not sure when the sale goes off, but I will make note of when the sale for simplicity.com goes off. And I think that sale right now for $4.99, I know there is a ship and delay right now from simplicity.com, which I did mention that earlier, but this sale goes off tomorrow, which would be Monday, August the 18th. So if you are looking for this pattern, definitely pick it up for $4.99. The pattern number, once again, is 6800 from McCall, and the pattern from Burda is 5683. Let's go ahead and move over to the next pattern. Next up is 5684. Now, 5683 is another pattern that I'm not going to be picking up. This one, 5684, I will not be picking up because this is a Mrs. Dress and I have a pattern that's very, very similar to this. This would be one of the patterns I'm showing you. It's going to be an OG pattern that I think all the girlies sewn. Okay. Now, this one is, of course, a beginner-friendly dress pattern. It highlights your figure in style for sure. It has like a bold power shoulder. I like the turtleneck. It has like an asymmetrical drape, which is really, really cute. The second option features pleats. It has a fitted silhouette as well. It insinuates your waist as well. So that is view B, what you see the model here with the boots. It looks like, now on view B, it looks like it has a zipper on the side. View A just have like a vent in the back. This is easy to sew. Now, in terms of notions, I haven't been sharing the notions with you guys, but you just need an invisible zipper for the back. And that's to go, if you are doing view A, it goes from the turtleneck all the way down. And then view B is just a center back zipper, invisible zipper at that, okay? Now, in terms of what this pattern reminds me of, now y'all know the OG pattern from McCall's, of course, y'all know McCall 7999. It's currently on sale right now. Yep, it's a pullover dress. You know, it has the sleeves variation. You could do view A, view C has your collar, like your turtleneck collar, and then view B is just your normal standard neck band collar. This one does feature the split. You can also add a zipper to that slit if you want to. This one is actually easy to sew as well. The pattern size come in extra small to extra large for this one. And you can pick up the McCall 79.99 in either PDF or paper format, okay? So once again, the Burda pattern is 5684 and it's a true match with McCall 7999. Let's move over to the next pattern. Next up is 5688. And this pattern is the Mrs. Coat and Jacket pattern. Okay, so you guys, this one reminds me of a pattern that came out with Butterick. However, while I was thinking of the pattern number, I couldn't think of it. So if you guys know, definitely if I missed anything, drop it in the comment section below. Okay. Now this one has 3 different options. Okay. It's a retro jacket. It's an easy to sew pattern, very easy to sew. In terms of fabric, you're going to need some coat fabric, like your wools would be nice. Jacquard would be nice. You can use cotton fabric, but I wouldn't say use that unless you are going to do some build out, like some heavy interfacing to kind of do as a backing for it to make it a little bit stable, I should say. Steady to make it completely durable, okay? I can't talk today. Anyway, for the coat, it's a knee length. You have the option for a knee length with the puff collar. You have an unlined coat with the pressed stud, and then you have the short wool coat that you could do with the stand-up collar and some decorative buttons, okay? This is definitely perfect for your winter, fall wardrobe, like Burda decided that they were going to come out with a fall winter collection, just like they come out with a spring summer collection. Okay. Now, once again, this is 5688. I like this one, but of course I'm going to keep it on the shelf. All right. Let's move over to the next pattern. Next up is 5690, which is a Mrs. skirt. And yes, this does remind me of a McCall pattern. We will get there. All right. This is a very easy, this is basically like a vintage poodle skirt, if y'all remember that back in the day. So it's 3 beginner skirt patterns full of a fashion flair. Now, this is basically a knee-length French chick and poodle skirt, right? So if you look at view, I think this is view A, which is the longer view. You have the poodle on there, okay? View B is a little shorter where you can make that one like a knee length, and then view C is more so like an ankle length. This would be great for dancing 50s, 60s, 70s time frame for sure. I like the fact that the zipper is on the side on this one. You will need the invisible zipper and 4 buttons for this one. All right. Now this one does remind me of a pattern that I have in my stash, and that pattern number is McCall's 5681, I believe is the pattern number. I'm going to put it up on the screen so you're able to see that as well. But with McCall's 5681, I'm putting it up on the screen right now so you're able to see it. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, it's pretty much kind of like the exact same pattern. It is an old pattern, and believe me when I tell y'all this, I actually have this pattern in my stash. I was going to do a mommy and me for Halloween, and my daughter and I, we were going to do poodle skirts and a button-down shirt and put kind of like some record labels on it or whatever for, you know, to symbolize the back in the days of like the 50s, 60s when everyone and their mom used to wear poodle skirts, you know. But I like it. I have it in my stash, so there it is. Once again, the Burda pattern is 5690 and the McCall's pattern is 5681. Moving over to the next pattern, 5691, which is a Mrs. Sports shirt. Now, this one definitely reminds me of a pattern, but I cannot remember the actual pattern number. I think, yes, yeah, I can't remember the pattern number, but I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's a McCall's pattern. Now, this one is basically kind of like your sportswear shirts, right? So one includes a hood to collar transformation. So basically you have the hooded collar. And then the other one is just basically a color block that you can do, right? Now, these have the thumb holes, great for active dates, great for the rain. You could use them however you want. They're great for active wear. So if you're into active wear, you know, running, walking, biking, whatever, it would be great for that. Also, you will need some jersey fabric for this. It isn't easy to sew. One thing I forgot to mention that all of these Burda patterns are only in paper pattern. Now, this one is a little different when it comes to sizing. Now, I did mention previously that most of the sizing is between 10 to 22. This one is more so the 20 to 34. So I'm going to say it's for our plus size ladies. But yes, this pattern is 5691. Now, in terms of comparison pattern, the comparison pattern that I'm going to give you is a Mrs. Men's stand-up collar or hooded vest and jacket. That pattern is McCall's 5252. It is on the simplicity.com website right now. You could do PDF or paper pattern for that one, and it comes in multiple sizes, small to 3XL. So size inclusive pattern for sure. If you are looking for a smaller size than what was listed for the Burda pattern of 5691. All right. Once again, that pattern is 5691. Moving along to the next pattern is 5692, which is a Mrs. Blouse and shirt pattern. Now, this one is basically a tunic pattern. It is basically a 70s inspired bell sleeve and a clean neckline facing. You could wear it or style it with straight pants. You can wear it with some pumps. You know the deal, okay? Average to sew pattern. You will need some blouse fabric, which would be your rayon chalets, your crepe, just name a few there. In terms of notion, you just need some buttons. That's it, okay? Now, one thing I'm going to mention, and this is not no hate on anyone, but if you're looking for a tunic, you could literally just go to Burda and basically get Catherine Tilton or art patterns, because I think that that's the only thing that I ever see from Catherine Tilton. She makes a lot of tunics. So if you do not want to spend $12.57, you could definitely just download a tunic pattern from Catherine Tilton and be good. Okay. Now, before anyone say like, "Oh, Rochelle, you're just being shady or whatever," no, I'm just doing my research. And in the sense of doing my research, you guys could see for yourself when I say that Catherine Tilton, there's no shade to anyone, okay? I just know for me, I always see pretty much the same patterns from her as you can see up on the screen right now, okay? So Catherine Tilton is always into the tunic, like you see here, 7023 tunic, okay? 6995 tunic, okay? Like going down a little bit further, 6877 tunic, 6981 tunic, okay? So there's no shade that I'm providing, and some of these are actually cute, okay? So 6735 is a tunic pattern. So if you're really just looking for a basic tunic pattern, you could definitely go to simplicity.com, designers and collections, click on Catherine Tilton or Marcy Tilton, and just get you a basic tunic. Nothing's wrong with a tunic, but I'm just trying to save you some cash, some flow, some dinero, some moolah, some money. That's it, okay? But once again, this one is $56.92. Moving along to the next pattern is $56.94. $56.94 is a Mrs. Sweater and Sweatpant pattern. Now, this one is basically like a hoodie with raglan sleeves and a relaxed hood. And then you have the jogger trousers, basically, okay? And the joggers have your pockets there. It's good for lounging around. You can wear this outside. You can wear it as a two-piece. You can wear it as separate. So you have different options. It's a very easy to sew pattern. You will need some knit fabric for this. In terms of notions, basically some elastic only for the pants there. All right. Now, this one reminds me of two VikiSews patterns. Now, I want to say that at first, when I saw this pattern just on simplicity.com website, I thought this was going to be that puffer jacket, because I think that puffer jacket is fire, in my opinion, okay? But the two patterns that this pattern, Burda 5694, reminds me of, first one is the Farrah hoodie from VikiSews. Now, I picked this pattern up last year when I almost went broke. So I have a video that's about going for broke, right? And in that video or whatnot, it's basically sharing how I bought so many VikiSews patterns, okay? Now, I'll drop it in the description box below so you can see that if you're interested. But I feel like this hoodie is very similar to the Farrah hoodie from VikiSews. And then regarding the sweatpants, it's very similar to the Isha pants from VikiSews. And you can make a two-piece set right there, okay? Now, VikiSews patterns are not on sale right now, but VikiSews patterns go on sale all the time for $3 to $4, okay? So I would definitely say when VikiSews patterns are on sale, stay tuned to the channel, right? Because I tell those sales from time to time. You could definitely pick it up and do $9 versus your $12, in my opinion, okay? But once again, that Burda pattern is $56.94. Moving along to the next pattern is $56.98. Now, $56.98 is a Mrs. Jacket pattern. It basically has two standout options. So the first option, which is view A, you can use corduroy. And then you have a collar, patch pockets for that one, some top stitching there. View B is more so a bell-shaped silhouette. It has the denim pockets. They have some... It has like the origami style denim pockets there. It has a different style, but I like that denim that the model is wearing there. In terms of sizing 10 to 22 there. In terms of notions, you're going to need like some snaps or some shanks, whichever one. I'm just going to say snaps for that. You're going to need some invisible zippers. Now, this pattern reminds me of a McCall pattern that just came out. Very, very similar to this pattern. It is McCall's 8607. I think this pattern just came out in the summer drop. Don't quote me on that, on when it came out. But it's very similar to 8607 average sew pattern. This one is a unlined, but I mean, you can do what you want to do with these, okay? But once again, it's 56.95, which is very similar to McCall's 8607. All right, let's move over to the next pattern. Next one is 56.96, Mrs. Dress pattern. This is an average sew pattern. You will need some lightweight dressy fabrics for this one. And speaking of fabrics, you can use like some rayon, challis, you can use some crepe, just to name a few, just some lightweight fabric. Okay, now this one features a stand-up collar. You have the concealed buttons, you have the color blocking going on in view A, you have the pussy bow blouse going on in view B, you have the elastic waist going on, you have flap details going on. You could dress it up, dress it down, wear it with blazer, wear it with heels, wear it with tennis shoes. I mean, you can wear it anywhere. You can wear it, you know, take it from day to night, whether you're having a dinner, you're in the office, then later on you want to party. This is that dress. Now, y'all already know, with all of that being said, there is a pattern that many of you probably already have in your stash from Simplicity that's very similar to this pattern, okay? And that pattern is Simplicity 8214. If you look at view A right here, it's very, very similar, okay? And on top of that, you could do this pattern 4 times, okay? And have different looks. So you have view A, you have view B, C, and D, okay? So you could do it as a top, you could do it as a dress, you could do it as a jumpsuit. You could do it however you want. So those are some of the fabric options you can use for Simplicity 8214. You can use challis, crepe, Georgette, jacquard, just to name a few, some lightweight linen fabric. If you choose to, that's completely up to you. I just wanted to share, you know, some of the things that you can use, you know, if you are looking for alternatives to the Burda pattern of 5696. All right. Once again, that pattern is 5696. Let's move over to the next pattern, 5699. Now, 5699 is Mrs. Trousers. It's 2 pant patterns. It's beginner friendly for sure. Now, there are several patterns that's very similar, but I didn't get into like the next couple of ones simply because you can use any pattern of your choosing. So the first one was done in a corduroy. It has a white waistband and side button plackets. Now, the second one, it features which is view B, is a check cargo. It has triple button loops and optional extra large pockets if you choose that for sure. Now, this is an easy to sew pattern, and basically you can use any type of fabric of your choosing, corduroy, wool, just to name a few there. I like this pattern. Now, if it goes on sale, I may consider picking this pattern up, just to be 100% honest, simply because I do like that wide waistband here in view A. That's the only real reason why. I like the fact that it is in corduroy. I have 2 colors in corduroy. I wish I would have picked up more corduroy before Joann's or JoJo's clothes, but I did not, so here we are. But once again, it's $56.99. Moving over to the next pattern, I do like these barrel style pants. It is 5703. Now, 5703 is basically trouser pattern. Once again, they're sporty. I love these pants. It's basically barrel leg pants. It has the patch pocket. It has the adjustable straps. I love them. It is an average to sew pattern. Now, this one is definitely yes on my list, and I'm going to be adding this to my wish list. And so, one thing I have showed you guys before, when it's a pattern that I want to buy, I definitely add it to my wish list, because why not? I'm just going to go ahead, add it to my wish list, right? And then just go to my wish list at a different time, and we just make it as add it to our wish list, okay? So I'm just going to add this one to my wish list. And then well, it's not going to be a store that I'm going to be in anytime soon, but one thing that I will say is once I add it to my wish list, I'm just going to add it to the Burda pattern wish list. Like you see here, I have so many different wish lists right here. So I'm just going to add it to the Burda pattern wish list, as you see. And then it'll tell me that it's in my wish list. All right. Or you can add it to your bag too. One or the other for when they're on sale. All right. But once again, this pattern is $56.99. Moving over to the next pattern is $57.04. $57.04 is a Mrs. Dress and Tunic pattern. Now this one is just like giving like moo grandmama, whatever, you know, but I mean, a lot of people may like it. I don't like this pattern, just to be 100% honest, but it's not for me, but it may be for you. Do you? Nothing's wrong with that. Everyone have different tastes and different options, okay? It is an easy to sew pattern. It's just like your basic tunic pattern. Nothing for me to phone home about. In regards to fabric, any type of blouse and dress fabric of your choosing, in terms of notions, invisible zipper and some elastic, or I would not elastic, ribbon or rib knit, yeah, rib knit. For the cuffs is what you will need for view B. All right. It is a 20 to 34 for the size. It is paper pattern, but once again, this pattern is $57.04. Moving over to the next pattern. Now, next one, $57.05. I like this pattern. Okay. It's your basic shirt pattern. I said I like this pattern because I was looking at the shorts, but I'm going to change my mind and say it's just a basic shirt pattern. So view A is just your long sleeve. View B is your 7/8 inch sleeves. And then view C is your stand-up collar, basically. Okay. Make sure you use some knit fabric, like your jersey knit for this one. It's very easy to sew, but I'm pretty sure you have tons of basic jersey knit patterns that you can use in your stash. All right. Once again, this pattern is $57.05. Moving over to the next pattern. Next one is $57.06. Easy to sew pattern. This is a Mrs. Jacket pattern. This pattern reminds me of a pattern that they had like 2 years ago. It's no longer on their website, and I can't remember. And y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not at home, so I can't run out in my garage and see the pattern number. So sorry about that, y'all. I try to remember these patterns by memory, but hey, sometimes we get lost in the sauce. All right, so with that being said, view A, you have your trumpet sleeve jacket. View B, you just have your normal sleeve. You have the flaps. You have your boxy coat for that one. And they have extra large pocket on view B. And then you have view C. So view C is just basically your classic one that they have there. It has like a long gabardine coat, stand-up collars, that pop of color, as you can see right there. I like this one. I like the color block, but I'm gonna be honest. This is a very similar pattern to what I already have, so I'm not gonna be picking it up. But this one comes in a size 8 to 18 there. In terms of notions, you're gonna need some snaps. That's all you're going to need, and of course your fabric, okay? But once again, this is $57.06. Moving over to the next pattern. Next up is $57.07. This is a Mrs. Trouser pattern. It's 3 easy to sew trouser pattern. You have your shorts, you have your pants, and then you have your, I guess you could call them crop ankle length pants for sure. So you do not have a fly, but it's a fake fly or a faux fly, and it has elastic at the waist. You're welcome. All right. That's what we like, most of us, right? It's very easy to sew. All you need is some lightweight trouser fabric, and y'all, the only thing is elastic for this one. I love the fact that View B has the cargo pockets on the side, so I'm very interested in this pattern. Only if it goes on sale, all right? But once again, this pattern is $57.07. Let's go ahead and move over to the next pattern. Next up is $57.08. It's a Mrs. Basic dress, a jersey knit dress. So you have like a flared skirt. You could do it in long sleeve, short sleeve, 3/4 inch sleeves. I like it, but it's just basically an everyday dress that you could just throw on. That's it. So with this one, in terms of notions, it's a no notion pattern. You can use a twin needle. You don't have to. You're not going to need any interfacing or anything like that. You just need the fabric. That's it. But you will have some gatherings to go along with it. All right. But once again, this pattern is 5708. Moving over to the next one is 5711. 5711 is the Mrs. Jacket. So this one is an average to sew pattern. It's a jacket pattern, which means you need jacket fabric. Okay. Now, with this one, it basically has like your tapered sleeves. So view A uses a jacquard fabric. View B uses a denim fabric. It has voluminous sleeves. It have contrasting top stitching there. This one is one that I could see you just basically using as a throw-on jacket over a dress or something like that, or a blouse or something, like every day. I mean, you can use this for an everyday jacket for sure. All right. You will need some snaps for this one. That's the only notion that you're going to need for this one. Once again, it's 5711. So far, I'm not seeing many that I would pick up. Probably about 2 so far. Moving over to the next pattern, it's 5714. Now, 5714 is an advanced to sew modal style jacket or biker style jacket, whichever one you want to call. So I like the fact it has an asymmetrical zipper pocket. It has like the belted waist that gives it that rocker style. You can use it for the office. You can wear it over a dress. Like you can use this sporty motor jacket for sure. I love the fact that it has welt pockets. Now your girl can't stand doing welt pockets, but I will if I have to. Advanced to sew pattern. Now, a couple of things you will need. You will need buckles. You will need snaps. You will need zippers in order to do this pattern. Now, let's get into this pattern. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Y'all know. For those of you guys who's been following me for a very long time, I know you're like, Rochelle, come on with it, because I already looking at this pattern. I already know what this pattern is very similar to. Yep, y'all already know. First things first. Norris Dante Ford's pattern is very similar to KnowMe 2011. Okay, so his pattern is an asymmetrical zip front modal jacket. It has the front belt set into the side seams. It has the snaps on the collar. It has the lapel. It has the shoulder strap. It has all those things. Okay, so if you did not buy this pattern during the KnowMe sale, wait until KnowMe is back on sale and you could get this pattern, save you some coins. Okay, the pattern runs between $34 to $52. Okay, and they're on sale a lot more often than the Burda pattern 5714. If you are a guy, you could get 2011. Even if you're a girl, you could get 2011. But some of you may and may not have this pattern depending on when you started sewing. The other one is Mimi G's pattern. I have this pattern in my stash too. It's Simplicity 8174. Same thing. Very similar. Very cute. Very sexy pattern. Okay. Now, this one is basically a modal jacket as well. It has the asymmetrical side zipper. It has all the whistles and bells. It's Mimi G, right? So, if you do not want the Burda pattern, you can definitely get the Simplicity pattern or the KnowMe pattern. Once again, it's KnowMe 2011 or Simplicity 8174. All right? Let's move over to the last pattern as part of the Burda Fall Winter 2025 pattern drop. And this one is 5715. Now, it's a Mrs. Skirt pattern. It's an average to sew pattern. You're going to need some skirt fabric, many fabrics to choose from, all right? But it's giving like this rock jean vibe. You can make it long, you can make it short, however you want. Now, view A is more so in a denim and view B is more so in a plaid, okay? Now, one thing that I will mention about this pattern is I actually made a pattern that's a new look pattern that's very similar to this, okay? So, for this pattern, you're going to need buckles, you're going to need invisible zipper, you're going to need interfacing, you're going to need all those things, okay? But let's first talk about, what this pattern reminds me of. So you have Burda 5715. Very cute pattern, right? But it is very similar to New Look 6703. You see that pattern? Yeah, So, New Look 6703 is a Mrs. Skirt pattern. I'm not liking this price of $5.99 at all. However, I picked the pattern up when it was $1.99 at Joann, so just wait until it's on sale. This is 6 to 18. You might have to size it up, so you might want to go with the Burda pattern. Up to you. But it's basically a jean style skirt pattern. Have the two length, have front pockets, have back pockets if you choose that. And view B have that drawstring piecing. Now, when I made this pattern, I actually did view A. And I didn't like it because I used an in-car fabric. And I just think the in-car fabric just did not do what I wanted it to do for this pattern. So yeah, I didn't like it. I scrapped it. I gave it away or whatnot. I'll put the link to that pattern or pattern review, I should say, in the description box below so you're able to see it. But I'm going to actually pull it up right here for you so you're able to see it right here. So if you type in New Look 6703 on YouTube, you can see that I did that pattern back then. So yeah, I mean, there has been multiple pattern reviews for this as well. I would definitely encourage you to use jean fabric instead of a cotton fabric like I did. I mean, it was cute, but I just didn't like it. All right. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If this video was educational, inspiring, and fun, you guys know what to do. Give your girls a thumbs up on this video. Comment in the comment section below and let me know which ones were your favorite. Which ones would you buy? Are you keeping them on the shelf or what have you? Share this video with a friend who can use this information, and do what's free, and y'all know that's subscribe. Until next time, you guys, keep glowing, keep sewing, and definitely keep growing. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.